let's talk about the S24 Ultra battery life. This thing, like, it is awful. Okay. Um, the S24 Ultra's battery life, I did a whole reset, and the battery optimizations have kicked on for me. It was at 25%, um, at like 123 today. Right. So the phone got used with the charger on at four, not four, sorry, 7 o'clock, and then at 1:23. That's not good, right? I don't care how intensely I've been able to using it, right? Unless I'm playing like some really huge video game. I don't even know what it's called. Okay, um, and like streaming 4K 120 frames per second video on Netflix and Disney Plus at the same time. This is unacceptable. Okay, this should be lasting at least 6, 7 hours screen on time with great standby time. Okay, people have been able to push 7 hours out of this device, and this is at launch. So this is without optimizations of software updates. This is like April 24th, so like 2 months after it launches. Okay, according to Droid Life, this person was able to get 7 hours of screen on time on the S24 Ultra, right? And this is without a battery case like me. Here's the article. Oh, look, January 22nd. So this is like right after launch. So without any enhancements or anything like that, right? So my device should be statistically even better. Here we go. S24 Ultra's favorite after 1 week. So this is a week after launch. So no updates, no enhancements, or anything. Here we go. That's so cute, right? So it stopped charging an hour and 50 minutes ago, and as you can see here, it's at 95%. Okay, with an hour and 50 minutes of use, it doesn't tell me how many minutes of screen on time that's been here, but I don't care if my phone's been sitting around. That is almost 2 hours of use with 5% battery drain, right? So if you extrapolate from there, about 2 hours of battery life, 5% of use, you're getting about 40 hours of battery life, right? The DRX smart people said that with moderate battery usage, about 4 hours and 50 minutes, 4.5 hours of screen on time an entire day, it should last about 46 hours. So that's hitting the correct estimates there, right? And this is without any of the things there, right? So this is my average outcome is about 4 hours of screen on time a day. That's like the average in America or something like that, right? So here we go. 6 hours of screen on time with 73% battery usage. I only have about 73% battery usage with, oh, that's almost 7. So that's about 2 hours less than me. And this person lasted from, I'm going to say 6 in the morning to 12, I don't know, 11. So this person got up at 6 in the morning, started using their phone, and is going to bed at 11 with 25% battery life with Wi-Fi 6 on. Now, one thing is I do use lots of data, but you can take an hour. Let's say 6 to 10. That is more than enough. That is 18 hours of battery life, right? 66, 14 hours, and then you take an hour. Yeah, 14 to 15 hours of battery life with still some stuff left. So almost 18 hours of battery life, maybe even 24. All right, here we go. Here's another phone with 4 hours of screen on time. It is 10:30. They're at 40%, and it looks like it's at the same. Oh, sorry, 47%, 53% batteries. This is basically on my track. And at 5, I mean, you might as well have the charger on. Right, so for my findings for the Galaxy S24, so my average numbers are way up. For Samsung Clear Flagship, I had a day of super lounging and got 7 hours screen on time, went to bed with 30% battery life. 30%. Okay, that's higher than 25, it's higher than 15. So you're not even gonna trip any warnings. And I just listen to what this person had on. They have Marvel Snap with some video game, but apparently it's a battery hog. YouTube videos, which that's a big battery hog. TikTok, again, I don't know. Maybe when they're sending all that data to the Chinese government, of course, it's big battery hog. And then Life 360, of course, makes sense. It's always tracking your motion, always pinging GPS servers to you to someone else, which it's kind of weird that someone I'm assuming this is an adult. Directly I've hired kids. I probably work for them. Usually still using Life 360 to ping their location to someone. And plenty else. So you have these huge battery draining applications. Well, Snap, which they claim is battery draining application. YouTube, that is, and then Life 360. Right? And most typical day this week as far as the screen on time, instead of 20%, that 50%. Okay. So they say that it's with the 5,000 mAh battery and the Snapdragon 8 Gen 3 chip. But mine, let's go through here. Now, I've had my battery case on. My phone was up at 7 and was at 25 at 1. Okay? That is not the same thing. That is unacceptable. Battery life. And that's after reset. I thought maybe I had a bad app in the background. I might have been, doing something. But no. I mean, it's awful. Like when I go to the battery section in my phone, maybe it's to turn on adaptive power saving. There we go. All right, here we go. It even tells me my power saving battery life right now at 91%. Let me connect to Wi-Fi. It could be that. All right, so if I were to turn on power saving right now, it tells me what my battery life estimate would be. All right, so now I'm connected to Wi-Fi, and it tells me my power saving battery life would be at 91%, 11 hours, 44 minutes. So my max battery life on this phone would basically be 12 hours. And you may say, like, that's good. No, it's not. You wake up at 6, you go to bed. No, it's not good. Like, let's say, you get up, you go to work, maybe you need to use your GPS to drive. Your phone's basically dying around dinner time. Like, that is not acceptable. It's not good. 12 hours, 18 would be better. All right. Let me go back into the battery settings. Okay, now it tells us that and I think that this thing is off. Really. I think that this thing is off. There's some app that is back here. Because it tells me Chrome, 14% use 14% of my battery. And I'm gonna keep out the percentages. Right. It tells me that 74% of my battery has been used since something. It doesn't include time when my phone's charging. So, all right, let's go. Chrome, 2 hours and 30 minutes, 14%. Plus YouTube, 4.3%. We're just keeping the points up. Reddit, 3. I'm keeping a running tab here. SR2, about 2. We're just gonna round it up. Okay. System UI used 1. One UI home used basically 1. And it is nice having a calculator. All right. Google basically used 1. Okay, a lot of these like little apps used 0.1 to 1%. So this is counting down from Google. I'm going to give Samsung the benefit of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Okay, no, I'm not going to count all those. Okay, let's just give it 10 because some of them are using like 0.5%. So let's just round it up to 10. That's 15. This makes fair. Okay, even if with these wildly inflated numbers, right? This is basically a round off percentage. It tells me that when you add up the percentages, let me go in full screen because you guys have to see this, right? It tells me that my battery usage was 74%. But when you add up the percentages, you get, and this is wildly overguessing, right? This is in the phone's benefit, you get 40%, which means that somehow 33% is getting drained. Well, no, not 33. 34% is getting drained off from the phone just from nowhere. Like that. That is not acceptable. There has to be an app on here that is slowly sucking the life out of my phone. Let me check. Let's see. All right. Let me just try this app here. I'm gonna go into the settings. There's got to be an app on here that is draining the battery. Because 33% is just missing. Like that does not make any sense at all. And this even tracks the secure folder app, so it's not that. But 33% just to be dead on standby? That's insane. And we know that's not true. But you know what is true? SSA LT So let's